With wildfires out west, hurricanes in the south, and rising sea levels along the coasts, climate havens are evolving across the country.
This is a gradual phenomenon.
Jesse Keenan is a professor at Tulane University and studies climate migration. He says the phenomenon could see tens of thousands of people moving every year. Then add in major weather events where numbers can balloon to 100,000 people at one time. That's what happened in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina forced the migration of about 150,000 people to Houston alone, essentially overnight.
This is really something that we're looking at accelerating in the decades to come.
Keenan says the Great Lakes region is considered a prime spot for climate migration. It has a more stable environment, cities with infrastructure to maintain steady growth, and is close to fresh water. Joel Bermeyer is the CEO of Alliance for the Great Lakes.
We've got nearly 20% of the world's fresh surface water right here in our backyard.
And why is that important?
Well, it's an absolute gift, and it's important because everything depends on clean water. Number one, we all need safe and clean water to be healthy and to survive. Water is also critical for industry, for manufacturing. It's critical to growing food. From a climate perspective, we do have our own share of problems. Some of our water is so polluted that you can't drink it or safely swim in it.
The largest city along the Great Lakes is Chicago.
Given the water supply challenges that the rest of the country is seeing, we recognize that could be coming sooner than later.
Aaron Alleman is the executive director of the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning.
When we were going through the Great Migration, when we were looking at industrialization, these cities in the Midwest had so many more people than they do today. So we're ready.
And yes, it does get cold around here, but the argument seems to be settled around being close to fresh water with Lake Michigan behind us. Jesse Keenan says climate migration isn't a question of if, but a question of when. And going forward, Chicago is working on the aging infrastructure when it comes to water, specifically the old pipes in the city that carry the water from the lake into people's homes.